Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you may be listening or watching me from. My name is AyoT, and this is the Niger FC podcast on Eagles Tracker, the home of Nigerian football. It's another week, and we have another exciting episode coming up for you. On this week's episode of the Niger FC podcast, we're going to be doing a review of the past weekend's actions from red cards to goals to milestone appearances and so much more in between. We'll get into all of that on the show. We'll talk about the Falconets and their victory over Senegal in the Under 20 Women's World Cup qualifiers. We'll get into some transfers and why these transfers keep happening. We'll talk about Rivers United very briefly and, of course, their disastrous CAF Champions League campaign. We'll talk about the WAFCON as we've heard some latest news about the WAFCON schedule. We'll get into Eric Shell and the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And, of course, we will discuss that verdict that everybody is waiting for from FIFA regarding whether or not Nigeria have used long leg to get into the World Cup qualifying playoffs. All of that is yet to come on the Niger FC podcast. So please make sure that you grab your cup of tea, wine, juice, water, whatever you like to consume, and enjoy this ride. As always, I like to start by giving you guys a rundown of the top performers over the past weekend, the Nigerian players who had impressive displays over the weekend. Let us start from the goalkeepers. We have Arthur Okonkwo kept a clean sheet and made one save for Wrexham in the English FA Cup, I believe it was, or maybe it was a championship. I have to double check that, but Arthur Okonkwo kept a clean sheet. We also had David Nwoloko keeping a clean sheet while making 3 saves for NK Opatija in Croatia. Amas Obasoge kept a clean sheet and made 2 fine saves for Singida Black Stars. That was in the CAF Champions League. Maduka Okoye made 1 save for Udinese over in Italy. Over to the defenders, we had Felix Agu, 1 chance created, 2 tackles and 3 interceptions for SV Werder Bremen. Unfortunately, they fell to a defeat against Bayern Munich. Bruno Oyemechi, clean sheet, 1 chance created and 2 tackles with 4 clearances and also 7 goals won for Olympiacos over in Greece. Zedu Sanusi with a clean sheet, 2 chances created and 5 goals won for FC Porto in Portugal. We had Jordan Torunariga with 4 goals, 1 and 6 clearances for Hamburger SV in Germany. Gabriel Oshaw made a tackle, 7 clearances and 7 goals for Cardiff City in England. Chibuike Nwaewu, well, Cardiff City is in Wales, but they play in the English League. Chibuike Nwaewu, 1 assist, 2 tackles, 6 clearances, 7 goals won for Trabzonspor in Turkey. Onyinyechi Zog, a Super Falcons player with a clean sheet, 2 blocks, 11 clearances for Perth Glory in Australia. Stephen Eze kept a clean sheet while making 4 clearances and winning 8 goals for Jamshedpur in India. Chidozie Awaziem, 3 tackles and 6 goals won for FC Nantes in France. Ryan Alebioshu with 1 tackle, 1 chance created, 5 clearances for Blackburn Rovers in England. And then Chukwu Emmanuel came off the bench to score a goal for Wolfsberger AC in Austria. Over to the midfielders. Ayotomiwa Tom Dele Bashiru, 2 tackles and 5 goals won for Gençler Birliği in Turkey. Ibrahim Olawoyin created 1 chance, 1 2 tackles and 1 5 goals for Kayseri Rizespor in Turkey. Nnamdi Ofobo, 2 chances created, 2 tackles, 11 goals won for Barnet in England. Samson Tijani, 2 chances created, 3 interceptions and 6 goals won for Dukla Praha in the Czech Republic. Kazim Olgunleye was on target, a goal for Pogadeshi in Albania. Anthony Dennis with 1 chance created and 2 tackles for Göztepe in Turkey. Rafael Onyedika, 1 tackle, 7 goals won for Club Brugge in Belgium. Rilwan Pupola, 1 chance created, 3 interceptions, 4 tackles, 5 clearances, 6 goals won for Kies Varda. And then Mubarak Suleiman played as a center attacking midfielder for Slavia Praha and he got an assist. So that is 2 appearances for Mubarak Suleiman in a Slavia Praha shirt, 1 goal on his debut and then 1 assist in the following game. And then over to the forwards, Rashida Kombi got an assist for Boluspor in Turkey. Philip Otele, 4 chances created for Hamburger SV in the German Bundesliga. Ume Emmanuel was on target and also created 1 goal scoring chance for FC Zurich. Francis Eze with 1 assist for Ankara Kekoronguchu in Turkey. Emmanuel Godwin, 2 chances created for FK Pardubice in the Czech Republic. Anayo Wala, 1 assist for Al Arabi in Kuwait. Gordon Okwara with 1 goal for Modern Sport in Egypt. Ifeanyi Eze, 1 goal and 1 chance created for Wellington Phoenix in Australia. Olarewaju Kayode, 2 goals and 1 chance created for Erokspor in Turkey. Victor Osimhen with 2 assists for Galatasaray, including a very beautiful cross for the first assist. That was a fantastic one by Victor Osimhen. Tosin Kehinde, 4 chances created for Bandırmaspor in Turkey. Kenneth Mama, 2 goals for Vanspor in Turkey. Josh Maja with 1 goal for West Bromwich Albion in the English FA Cup. Chukwubuike Messi, 1 goal and 1 chance created for OH Leuven in Belgium. Paul Onuachu with a goal for Trabzonspor in Turkey. Salim Fagulawal, 1 goal for Victoria Pilsen in the Czech Republic. Moses Uso, 1 goal for Lask in Austria. Mohamed Tijani, 1 goal and 1 chance created for Spartacus in Hungary. Rashidat Ajibade, 1 goal for Paris Saint-Germain Femini in France. Abraham Marcos with an assist for Estrela de Amadora in Portugal. And then Paul Mukairu, 1 goal and 1 chance created for Pogon. Wow, that was like 5 mouthfuls. Lots of quality performances from Nigerian players over the past weekend. Of course, this last weekend on Eagle Tracker, we followed over 200 different matches that could potentially feature Nigerian players from 77 different leagues around the world. So it was a busy weekend for us, but we got through all of it. And if I missed anybody, please forgive me. We're still human beings. We can't miss one or two. We can't forget one or two. But we try to give you the most extensive coverage of Nigerian football that you can find anywhere on any platform, as long as the person is on earth. Nobody covers Nigerian football players the way we do. So yes, let us get into some of the performances that maybe we might want to talk about a little bit more and shed more light on. And to do that, I'm going to bring on my co-host, who you guys know, the Nigerian Football Encyclopedia, the convener of Gone Football. Of course, I am talking about Smith Layi. Smith Layi, welcome.
Yeah. Another wonderful Sunday. Sorry, I said Sunday. Sorry, I'm even confused now because of
you had too much fun over the weekend.
Yeah, no, not too much fun. It was just like the suspend that we have been, waiting for. Says good Monday evening again. Always good to be here to talk about Nigerian players. And shout out to you too for doing that, for doing the Lord's work. Because I have to say it, sometimes you need to come and tell us a story, how you manage to do all these things. And sometimes me I like Nigerian players. Some players I don't even know them. I just see their name like that on your platform. So shout out to you. You keep doing the Lord's work. So shout out to you.
We try. Thank you very much. Okay, so Smith Layi, let's get into performance from the weekend. We'll touch on a few of them. I want to first ask you and just get your general thoughts. Terem Moffi came on and made his FC Porto debut in their 1-0 victory over the weekend. Of course, we know that Samu Ageowa suffered a long-term injury. So do you think maybe that opens up the spot for Terem Moffi to go and become FC Porto's #1 striker? What do you think about Moffi?
When the boy Samu Ageowa got injured, I was like, I hope it's not village people. But the guy is there now, and thank goodness that they actually were bought him from Nice, because if Porto didn't do that business and Samu Ageowa got injured, they would have been shut up front, and they're still competing in the Europa League. So for me, I think it's good that he's there. It's now time for him to go and actually work and do well. I also saw his post, watching the guy, quick recovery and everything. So for me, this is the time for him to relaunch himself, back, and let us see that, okay, this is the Terem Moffi you used to know in the past. For me, this is time for him to come and go and thrive in FC Porto. And I think that the league is slightly a lot easier than the French league, with due respect to the other teams that plays there. I love Famacao, all those all those clubs like that. You should be able to get on the score sheet against those clubs. So I wish him luck. Yeah.
Yeah, I also wish him the best. It's one of those things. As a player, you never wish bad on anybody, but sometimes when something happens to the person that is competing with you for your position, you can just look up, say, "Oh God, I don't know if now you do more, but you have to grab the opportunity." And of course, Samu has been a key fixture for FC Porto since they signed him, and now Terem Moffi has a chance to really revive himself. Recover his recover his career. Look, it's not a secret that I like Terem Moffi and I think that he's a fantastic player, but it's also the reality that things have kind of gone downhill a little bit over the last few years with injuries here and there. This is not the Moffi that we saw in Lorient when he first signed for Nice. So I'm really hoping that now that it seems like something is just helping to just clear the path for him to actually get a run of games, I hope that he really does well. Playing in the Portuguese league, playing in the Europa League as well. Like you mentioned, the Portuguese league is a reputable league, but it's not the toughest league in the world. When you remove the FC Portos, the Sporting Lisbons, and the Benficas, the rest of the teams, you're playing AVS, you're playing Famalicão, like you mentioned, Portimonense. Those kinds of teams are teams that you expect that a striker like Terem Moffi will be able to get some goals against. So I'm really wishing him all the best. I'm happy that he came on and made his debut. It was interesting because when he came on for his debut, they gave him the captain's band. So maybe that is something that they do in Porto, when you're making your debut, they just want to give you some kind of, respect, and they give you, okay, just wear captain band, make your debut so that you remember the day a little bit, but when I saw it, I was like, huh? Even on our social media, people were asking, he's already the captain. And I'm like, no, he's not the captain. It's probably just a gesture that the club did to help him to settle in and to mark his debut and feel welcome. But nevertheless, we're looking forward to seeing him, more for FC Porto, and I really, really do hope that Terem Moffi revives himself, and really gets back on the track that we know that he can be on, because this guy is a very talented footballer. He just needs a good run of games to be able to show it to the rest of the world. Yes. Okay, let's talk about another player. Like, did you see the controversial red card that was given to one of your own, players that you like? Of course, I'm talking about Gift Orban, playing for Hellas Verona in the Italian Serie A. It seemed like a decision went against him. He complained to the ref, and before anybody knew what was going on, he had received a red card. I wish I could show you guys the video for anybody that might not have seen it, but copyright laws still exist, so unfortunately I can't. But it seemed like a small thing, and all of a sudden he was sent off, and of course that didn't help because Hellas Verona went on to lose the game and they are in a serious relegation battle. Like, did you see that, and what did you think?
Yeah, I saw that. I was, I was really surprised. Even the captain of, was it Parma? Like, he actually went to him and was surprised that he got that red card. When you were trying to debate the red card, even the opposition players too were like wondering what was going on. I was really surprised. It's going to be very interesting to see what is going to be in that referee's report. At the end of the day, because they used to have this camera in Syria that you can easily pick up if you lie. Say the player abuse you, but they have this camera now that can easily pick up that type of thing. So it's going to be very interesting to see that. And I'm also surprised that VR did not challenge that, because if it's a clear and obvious error, I think the VR official should be able to call him and come and say, come on, if it's a foul, what is wrong with this? And I don't think they tell anything like that. So that makes it slightly more suspicious too. So really surprised that he actually got sent off. And there's this Twitter thing too that came up that say Gift Orban said they're talking about the black players, how they have been playing.
No, that was a fake tweet.
Yeah, it was a fake tweet, but that was the issue was that I was even surprised that Hellas Verona had to come and address that. Why not talk about the issue of the red card initially? But let's see exactly. Maybe they're going to put in an appeal for Gift Orban, but really shocking to see.
Yeah, it was a real surprise, because again, it's one of those things that even I look at it that assuming he even told the ref, F off, or like, oh, effing idiot or something. Let's say he used some profanity towards the referee. I still look at it that that's something that you give the player a yellow card and you warn the player that, hey, I'm not going to take any of this rubbish. But for a straight red card, simply protesting a decision, whatever language he had used, and it wasn't even like an elongated, complaint, or it wasn't like, oh, the ref had told him to go away and he kept on shouting or anything like that. It also wasn't, okay, take a yellow card, then you keep complaining and it's like, okay, take another yellow card, which we've seen that happen to some players in the past. It just seemed to be that he said something and the ref straight away gave him that red card. So it's something that really shocked people, and I don't know why. I know why. Clout is a drug. Everybody's looking for attention on social media. But somebody then now went to create a fake Gift Urban account and then came to quote the tweet and then say that it's an issue with black players in Italy. Look, I always encourage people to not create false scenarios that take away from important real scenarios that actually happen. We know that players do face racism. We know that players do, black players do face these incidents, but it's not for somebody to now come on and create something fake, because again, when something real actually happens, these kinds of fake stories and these kinds of creations that people have made can tend to take away from the real victims and the real issues that actually occur. So I saw that it was a bit disgusting. I'm like, why is somebody doing this? But ultimately, let's see if they appeal the red card decision. Let's see what the Serie A decides on. I just felt like that was fairly unfortunate for Gift Urban, of course, because he's a guy that is essentially carrying his team. I think he has 7 goals, one of the top goal scorers in the Serie A this season. And we're really hoping that he can push his team to safety in the league. So very, very unfortunate one. But again, football, man, can be a crazy, crazy, crazy game sometimes. Talking about how football can be crazy, Smith, like, what's going on in Madrid? Atletico de Madrid, they beat Real Betis 5-0, then they go and lose to Real Betis. They beat Barcelona 4-0, and then they go and lose to Rayo Vallecano 3-0 a few days later. Look, we're happy for Ademola Lookman. He has started well, but the inconsistency that they've shown in the 4 games since he has played, what can we put this down to? Is it simply a case of rotating players? But you assume that Atletico is a good enough team that even when they rotate, they can still defeat a struggling team like Vallecano. What did you think, Smith?
If you want to check your Oxford dictionary about the issue of the meaning of inconsistency, go and check Atletico Madrid. I've never seen a team like that before. One day you beat Barca 4-0, you do 3-0 against Vallecano. You beat Betis 5-0 away from home. You lost at home to Betis. I've never seen like a team like that. The game against Vallecano, it wasn't as if they were close. They were beaten properly.
They were beaten properly.
They were beaten properly in that game. So I think, the guy is just trying to save the season. I think he's more focused on the Copa del Rey now to win the Copa del Rey and also focus on the Champions League. I think what he's just saying is, okay, you know what? Let me just get the Champions League spots, win my home games, get the Champions League spots. Then let's see. Let's see. No matter where you put him, AyoT, he's going to get Champions League spots in La Liga. So let him get Champions League spots, go as far as possible in the UEFA Champions League, then win the Copa del Rey. I think it's going to be a very decent season for him.
Yeah. I mean, my own is just, look, I now I've started watching Atletico Madrid simply because I want to watch Ademola Lookman play. And even though he started on the bench in that game, but I was like, you know what, I might as well just watch the game. And it was quite impressive how badly Atletico Madrid managed to play in that match. Kudos to Vallecano. Even after Ademola Lookman came on, it was a bit too late to salvage the situation. They went on to go and concede a 3rd goal. And I really hope that they don't, can they really bottle the second leg against Barcelona? I don't think so. But this is football. At the end of the day, we've seen crazy things happening.
Not this Barcelona team. Not this Barcelona. They just lost to Girona now. Not this Barcelona team. They lost to Girona.
I thought they were leading 1-0.
They just they came from one goal. See, La Liga is so unserious set of team there. Wasn't that money that bottled against Benfica? So this La Liga, sometimes I go pause if they watch them, honestly. It's just so annoying. They lost at home. They lost away from home.
Can't imagine. I'm just looking at it now. They did indeed lose 2-1. Okay. I mean, La Liga, man. We'll see how it goes. So right now, looking at the La Liga standings, Atletico Madrid are currently 4th, and they've played one more game than Villarreal in 3rd. So they are still in
5th?
5th is Real Betis.
How many points between them?
They are 4 points behind Atletico.
Real Betis, they are so inconsistent. So you don't know every day. I think they nearly drew the game last Sunday. I know they were leading 2-0 against. Was it against Mallorca? The game on Sunday night. So yeah.
Okay. But yes, wishing Ademola Lookman all the best, man. Like, I hope that they don't keep being inconsistent like this so that we can see Lookman score plenty goals. But also, let's just say that they were focused on their upcoming Champions League game because they are playing Club Brugge Onyedika's Club Brugge will face Atletico de Madrid. The game is on Wednesday. So that's going to be an exciting one in the knockouts playoff round of the UEFA Champions League. I love Nigerian derbies, like I love a game where two Nigerian players or more are going up against each other. So it's going to be an interesting one. AFCON boys, bronze medalists together. We'll see who wins that one. I like Onyedika. I have his jersey behind me, but
Yeah.
I also like Ademola Lookman, and yes, whoever wins, I'll be happy for whoever, but yes, let's see how that one is going to go. Okay. This is the final call for anybody that is on Instagram, anybody that is on X, on Facebook. Please make sure that you are joining us on YouTube now. The stream is going to end on Instagram in a minute. So please, I've given you guys more than enough time. Make sure that you join us on YouTube. Search for Eagles Tracker NG on YouTube. You will see our green ET logo and you can join the stream. That way I can see your comments and I can also bring you up when you get to the call in portion. And for everybody else that is watching on YouTube, thank you for being on the right platform. Make sure that you are hitting the like button as you join. Please do me a favor, hit the like button. Less than half of you guys that are watching right now have actually liked the video. And of course, feel free to send super chats. Let's get into the conversation. Let us take your comments on screen. Whatever opinions you have, whatever questions you have, send it with a super chat so that we can highlight them. Or of course, you can also join the channel as a member to enjoy exclusive content, prioritized comments, and so much more. Thank you very much. Okay, Smith Layi, let's get back into the conversation from this past weekend. Super Eagles player Alex Iwobi. Alex Iwobi made his 100th appearance for Fulham FC over in the FA Cup as they snatched a victory. Smith Layi, 100 games for Fulham. Alex Iwobi. Alex Iwobi, of course, is a player that we know. Started at Arsenal, played for Everton, and now has established himself as a key player for Fulham. After 100 games, what do you think about Alex Iwobi's time at Fulham so far?
Good player, good player. I think he did so well in Fulham. I think I've been performing well in Fulham. I think this is where that you can know, okay, this is potential. He's now fully his potential now. Really impressed with him, and he's now practically like a leader in that team. You can see clearly that he plays most games now. He played in the FA Cup. He play the Premier League. So good player, good player. 100 games just like yesterday. I remember when Ashu joined Everton. At the time it was a right wing back. You remember on that
Yeah.
team. Now playing as a central midfielder, as a right winger, attacking midfielder, fantastic player. He's 29. Is he 29? So for me, 100 games for Fulham is actually what it's not small. It's not small. Let's just hope that he can actually keep being consistent and stay relevant in the Premier League. He might probably even break our appearance record in the Premier League. I don't know our current appearance record in the Premier League. I don't know that for Nigerian
Shola
players.
Miobi, I think
Look
Shola
at it,
Miobi.
299
It's
appearances.
something,
So
yeah,
yeah, I think Alex Iwobi for 100 at Fulham should be like for something as Everton. I think it should be close to Shola's appearance record. So let's see how it goes.
And just to clarify that, Alex Iwobi is already the highest appearance maker for Nigerian players in the English Premier League
Mm-mm.
with
Hmm.
311 appearances. So this
11
this
appearances.
season he has surpassed Shola Miobi. Shola Miobi had 298. This season Alex Iwobi is now up to 311.
11.
It's incredible when you think about it. And this is a player that at many different points in his career, Super Eagles career, people have not given him as much credit. And he's one of those guys that I say about some people, when they are gone, that's when you cherish them a little bit
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned it now, I'm like, I had to just double check, like, damn, like Iwobi is actually 20, is actually 29 years old. In
Yes,
May, he's going to be 30.
30.
This is I feel old, even though he's older than me, because this is
Uh-uh.
Iwobi that we watched. We saw Iwobi start as a young boy,
As a young
make
boy.
his debut for us now, go
Yeah.
through the ranks, score in the Europa League final against Chelsea,
Eh,
eventually move away to go and become a man. And
yes.
Iwobi is already getting to 30 years old. And
The funniest thing is that I was like in this group. Is that oh Arsenal signed Okocha's cousin. He said,
Hmm.
7 year, I mean, they call it 10-year-old Okocha's cousin.
Hmm.
Because at 10 years old, then I beg, make we do rest, Jerry. 10 years, you still have a long way to go.
Mm-hmm.
That was Alex Iwobi. So that 10 years, at that 10 years now, that is down 20 years ago.
Wow.
So, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. So it's just shout out to Alex Iwobi. If Alex Iwobi should leave national team now, we go suffer. Just say I've
You
criticized
will.
him before in the past, but for me, what he can do now, I don't think any other player can do it. But let me ask you this question:
Okay.
Do you think how long will it take a Nigerian player to surpass that record?
To surpass 311.
Yes,
Huh.
the Premier League.
Let's use facts. I'm
Yeah.
going to look at the list now. Of all the active players, the next after Alex Iwobi is Wilfred Ndidi, and Ndidi is already done with the Premier League.
Yes,
After
how many?
Ndidi is on 220, so almost
220.
100. By the end of this season, that will be a 100 plus gap because Iwobi will play at least
Yeah,
9 more
8
games
more.
this season.
Mm-hmm.
So that will be a 100 game gap. After Ndidi is Iheanacho with 196, but Iheanacho is also done with the Premier League. And then the next player that has a chance is Olaino, because Olaino is currently in the Premier League, but Olaino has only 111 games in the Premier League so far.
Nah.
So for him to catch
That
up,
is 211. That is 200 gaps.
200 gaps. So he has to play another what? That's about another. How many seasons is that? Another like 7 or 8 seasons.
Nah.
Playing every game, which is
Yeah.
probably not going to happen. Who knows? Maybe it can be like
With AFCON in between. So I don't think so. I don't think so.
That's crazy. So before we see that record broken, man, and of course, whether we like it or not, we've always used the English Premier League as like a barometer to see the level of league that a player is playing in. Iwobi has played in the Premier League his entire career. Even the superstars like Ademola Lookman, if we remember, no disrespect to Lookman, but he tried in the Premier League as a youngster. He didn't do very well there, and he had to go somewhere else to revive himself and become a man that he is now. But Iwobi, since being a child, making his debut for Arsenal and all the way to Fulham, making 100 appearances for Fulham and 311 in the Premier League. Man, Iwobi, man.
I know he's 29, and you want him to read out to records.
Kudos to Iwobi, man. Kudos to Iwobi, man. I said kudos to Iwobi. Respect for his consistency. And like a comment here says from Viral Moments, thank you, Viral Momentum. He says, Iwobi, Mr. Consistency, proud of him. Yes, Mr. Consistency. It's not easy. And I mean, obviously, sometimes you might have a bad game here and there, but to do what he does is not easy at all. I also have another super chat here from Yusuf. He says, no sleep today as we await FIFA verdicts. Don't worry, Yusuf. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that later.
Not me and you are going to sleep.
We'll get into the verdicts later, but thank you for the super chat, Yusuf. We'll get into the verdicts later. Somebody said Iwobi can still claim he's on at 21.
Iwobi is still taking care of himself very well. You can see his routine. Now you can see it online. You can see his routine doing very well. Taking care of himself. You can see clearly that since he's taking us behind the scene now, we know exactly what he does. So it's very well.
No, fantastic. Okay, let us move forward. I want to give kudos to a Super Falcons player who scored her first goal after returning from injury. I'm talking about Rashidat Ajibade, the captain of the Super Falcons of Nigeria. It's no secret that I'm a fan of Rashidat Ajibade. And of course, she hasn't had the best of times at PSG so far. She initially got her first goal. She got an assist in the Champions League, and then she has just been dealing with niggling injuries, which, to be fair, I think I told you this, Smith Layi, we said it on the podcast before, that even after the WAFCON, she had, even before the WAFCON, she had injury issues in her last season at Atletico. After the WAFCON, she had these, the club has been doing very well. Shout out to PSG. They've been managing her well, trying to help her to recover in the best way possible. And because of that, she's been largely coming off the bench, playing few minutes, 15, 20, 30 minutes here and there. And now returned from injury after she didn't play since November. She came back from injury. She played off the bench in the last 2 games. And then this past weekend, she was able to score and seal their 3-0 victory over Paris FC in the cup. It was a fine finish with left foot into the bottom corner. And I'm just happy to see her back on the score sheet, and back, feeling healthy again. But yes, Milai, any thoughts on that? Ajibade Rashidat, she scores,
Good,
first time in a
good,
little while.
good. Happy that she's back, and she's back on time. I just hope that PSG will not fight us when it's time for WAFCON later next month, because she's so important to that team. In fact, I can't imagine what Ostemadgu will be thinking if Ajibade is not fit for that WAFCON. In fact, maybe we'll even resign before the WAFCON. But I just think that she's so important for a national team, and I'm happy she's back now. I just hope that she can be fully fit and ready for the next challenge.
And it's such an interesting thing because, like you mentioned, with football clubs, sometimes I get why football clubs are annoyed because since she has been injured now, it's the PSG that have been taking care of her, that have been treating her, helping her to get better. Now she's fit. By 1 month's time, now Nigeria will say, yeah, we need our player, and she will go again. So, and hopefully she doesn't get at the
How
WAFCON.
they don't invite her for this fall nation? Are they even playing it?
I mean, I don't know, but they'll probably invite her. I think they'll probably invite her. It's just a thing of I really do hope that she can stay fit. Because it's one of those things. Because I am close with her, like I know how long she's been dealing with these little things here and there. Even since she was at Atletico, they'll say, "Oh, do you want to have surgery?" They'll say, "No, don't have it. It's small." When it's like they will say it's small enough that you don't need surgery. You can manage it. But then it's like the pain keeps on coming and coming and coming and I really just hope that she can stay fit because again, we know this when Rashidat is at her best, she's a fantastic football player. So I really, really hope that things keep pushing in the right direction for her. I really do hope so. But yes, we'll look forward to seeing her at the WAFCON at the very least. And of course, we'll keep following her at Paris Saint-Germain as well. Okay, moving forward. Smilai, let's talk about the Falconets. Just sticking with women's football for now. The Falconets, they defeated Senegal to move on to the final round of the Under 20 World Cup qualifiers. The Falconets, of course, we usually do expect a lot from them, and we're happy that they haven't fallen. They are going to play Malawi in the next round. I think the fixtures are scheduled for May, if I'm not mistaken. A little bit in the future. But yes, what do you think about the Falconets? Doing the job, over 2 legs and securing their advancement to the next round.
They play better in Senegal than the game in Abeokuta.
Mm.
I think Muzadiku is trying to learn more about these players, trying to introduce new ideas. And I was really impressed with Twinning Additional, on the left hand side.
Mm.
She did very well. Getting those crosses actually worked. And they were able to actually replace the girl that got injured in the first game. So for me, happy the team actually was came through. I was not convinced when they played against Senegal and Abeokuta because I was wondering that you only 1-0 at home. What I'm going to do away from home, but they controlled the game against Senegal. They considered late in the game, but I think for the large part of that game they did so well. So I was really impressed with them. Now it's against Malawi. Malawi is building a team. They're building a team. So I think that it's not going to be an easy game. It's going to be a tough one too. But I still expect Nigeria to progress through. Good thing for not only Nigeria, for West Africa B. I think 4 teams progressed from West Africa B. I think Ghana progressed, Nigeria progressed. I think Benin Republic also progressed. I don't know Burkina Faso. So it's a very, very good thing for West Africa. So I'm happy. I'm happy for the girls. I just hope that IoT when you see under 20, it's about developing players for the Falcons.
Yes.
Up to now, I still don't see a player that can I can
Step
remind
in.
me
Mm.
that can step up. Someone like I watched Odega when she was playing for the 20. Right from watching, I knew that this girl she's gonna play for the Falcons. I watched Gisara Panaloze playing on the 20. I knew that she's gonna play for the Falcons. I watched this your girl that stays in Canada now. Midfielder
Esther.
Ngozi Okobi.
Okay, because I thought you say Esther. You watch that.
No. I watched Ngozi Okobi. Ngozi
Mm.
Okobi played the same under 20. So that she's good. Somebody like what's it called? This other girl too. Not Cynthia who there's one Ebere Oji. So I saw this
Mm.
girl play at the very early age. So I knew that they can do well. But this team, now Gidigbo have not seen
Even
particular
you
talent
know,
that can
even just got you off, but even the likes of Chiamaka Nadozie, the likes of Christy Uchebe, the likes of Rashidat
Yeah,
Ajibade. You could
yeah.
see them at the
The
youth
ranks
level,
at the youth,
and
yeah.
you knew that these girls were going to be.
Even this girl that came, this girl that went to the Olympics, Okeke.
Chidima,
Yeah,
yeah,
Chidima Okeke.
yes,
Yes, I
yes.
saw her, play under 20. Very good player. So I knew that she's going to do well. I saw Ajibade play. When you saw Ajibade play under 17, you will know that she's going to go. I also saw Chris Shebe, and there's one guy, is he Ama Imo? Is he Omo?
Anam Imo.
Anam Imo, yeah. So,
Yeah.
So you have an idea that, I remember Okeke coming from under 20, playing at the World Cup in France. And so I saw Oshola went to meet her. Say, no fear, no. I had that conversation because I think somebody got injured. Our right back also got injured. I don't know the right back name again. She got injured, so you had to in one game like that she brought in. So I was like, hey, my this is a Rocky coming out, no, because I saw her. I know that she's very energetic, but when she came on in that game, I think we lost that game. She was was it against Norway that we played our first game? Was it against Norway?
First game was Norway. Yes, we lost 3-0.
I think she came on in that game against Norway?
Yeah, she came on for Fetikidi.
Thank you. It was she was got injured. So when she came on, she said, no fear, Mark. No. I read that conversation. That's normal these days. So look at that today. So for me, you can see those players from that age. But this type of players, even the girl that you're talking about, the girl with left foot, I played captain under 17 before in the past. Left foot girl, that's why it's called long green shot. I forgot that name now.
Yeah.
Under 17 girl, that's why it's called long green shot.
Moshood.
Shakrat Moshood. Not she's good player, but she doesn't, she just always look for where to play shots. She used to have so many things to her game.
And it's unfortunately telling because even some of the stars that we've seen at the youth level in the past few years, we were talking about Shakira Moshood, but before her, we saw the Onyenezi days, we saw the Sebastian flourish, we saw Opeyemi Ajakai. Okay, yes. Deborah Abiodun has been able to step up and she has stepped up well, so we have to give credit to her. But it's one out of how many? The rest of them have not been able to quite make it to that top level. Tosin Dimeyi, thank you, also has stepped up.
Even there was one girl that they hyped. The girl that only put plaster on her nose. She used to play for Rivers Angels, right back. During they took her to the Olympics, but they dropped her on the way. She was part of the 4 players they drew that were crying in France. So yes. No, she played right back. She did now package. She played right back. She's somebody he was the captain on the last 20 of the World Cup.
Who was that captain? I'm trying to
remember.
Yes,
she played right back.
Somebody in the comments will remind us.
She remind us. All these players just somebody because super good on Scatterman. I forgot her name. She's a right back. Jumoke Alani, thank you. She played with Dimeyi. She played with Dimeyi and she played with Dimeyi in that and this
Oladipo
Shukrat did not play that.
She was at the last under 20 World Cup.
No, the two
under 20
editions ago. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Dimeyi was the captain then. And Alani played right back. Our guy in London played left back, and Unilola played alongside alongside Dimeyi, that defense line. So I expect Unilola to progress. I don't know what happened to her. So a lot of things can actually what happened to these girls sometimes, but it's just for them to step up.
Yeah. But again, let's just give credit to the likes of Rashidat Ajibade, the likes of Deborah Abiodun.
Rashidat Ajibade, progressed well.
Dimeyi has also progressed, so some of them have come up, but it's not as frequent and as often as
that year they did well. Because even their keeper was Omole Oyono, was it not?
Oyono, which has also been
step up too.
In the Super
Falconets. Also step up too. So that year tried, but I just see now if you compare talent that year to the one that now, it's like she was different.
I see that. But yes, we wish them all the best. We congratulate them on their victory, and we look forward to seeing them in the next round. Oh, sorry, before we move on, but this girl, the girl that got injured, Janet, do you think she's somebody that can step up? She seems very highly rated.
She is. I watched her for. She used to play for Baisa. I think she played for Baisa Queens too in the CAF Champions League, CAF Women's Champions
Mm.
League. Also there. Very very good player, but she 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 needs to add some things to her game, you know, to be better. Because at that age, Oparanize was better.
Mm.
Oparanize was better than her at that age.
But Opera Nozie is she's a legend.
No, I'm just saying it.
I
She's
mean,
still
okay,
under
I
20
understand
now.
what you're saying. I understand what
Yeah,
you're saying.
at that 20, at that same level they had, Oparanize was better.
Mm.
Because Oparanize was competing with, is it Pop? That girl in Germany. Is it that Pop slim girl? So at that time I knew that Oparanize was better. So she used to have so many things to her game to
Mm.
to come at that level too. Yeah.
All right. When could you take comments? Charles is asking. He said, "When will the Super Falcons list be out for the Four Nation tournament? Do you know?"
Just what are you talking about your team? Yeah, that's why I ask you that you didn't invite anybody. Because how can camp be opening in how many days now? The first game is in the weekend, and there's nothing that is happening.
I
I
don't
don't
know
know this
about the
people.
foundation. I know, like I said last week, I know that they are preparing them for the WAFCON. They've been talking to them about the WAFCON, but I don't know about this foundation. I'll after this show, I'll speak to somebody and try to get some
Mm-hmm.
information if there's any to be got. Sports Grinds here is saying that I'm a bit worried talking about the under 20 girls. He said they scored 3 goals from set pieces, not from open play. So, like, is that
Yes.
something to be worried about?
Very worried. Very worried. They don't create. That's what I'm worried about. They don't create. Go and check South Africa against Ghana.
Mm.
You can see SKO passes. They don't play. That's why I said Gidibo, Gidibo. They don't play. They don't play. That's it. They don't play. I'm worried too. For grind, I'm worried about that.
All right, all right. Thank you for the comments, Charles, and of course, Sports Grinds as well. So, like, let's transition back to the men's football. Let's talk about another player who, honestly, at this point, we cannot ignore him because he can't stop scoring. I'm talking about Paul Onuachu, wearing the captain's armband for Trabzonspor. Onuachu scores yet again. His 17th goal of the season in all competitions, his 16th goal in the league, and his 6th goal in his last 5 matches. The consistency that we're seeing at club level from Paul Onuachu Smith, like, what can you say about this? Because again, last week is funny. Remember last week when we're talking about Onuachu, somebody said he scores easy headers or something like that. Go and check the goal that he scored. It's like Onuachu had the person, because the goal that he scored this weekend was a header, and it definitely was not an easy header. Obviously, when you're 6'7", you're taller than most people, so maybe every header can look somewhat easy, for you. But it wasn't an easy header, well controlled into the bottom corner. Another goal for Onuachu Smith. Like, talk to me. This guy, what he's doing right now, what can you say about it?
He's doing very well. You know my opinion about him. You know that, but you cannot ignore him. His Big Paul is doing very well. Fantastic player. Let him enjoy Transport and continue to play in that place. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. You know my opinion about it. I don't want to cause. I don't want to. You already said something about it's Scott tapping and everything. Well, I just want to let's leave it that way. Shout out to Paul Onuachu, doing very well. And people that anytime Lookman score, you drag Osimhen, please. Because so people see is the last 4 or 5 days I've been checking Twitter. In fact, I have to burn on my mental health because Twitter is full with some people. What?
Like, Twitter is just for agenda, and it's for
Uh,
banter. People, you can't, if you take Twitter serious, your mental health.
if you take, in fact, today especially, is Facebook and Twitter. I think those two they should to close the social media down.
See, and especially, look, the biggest mistake was when Elon Musk came out and said you can now make money on Twitter, because after that, people just say things to get impressions, to get reactions, to get engagement, because that's how they get paid, that's how they eat. So it's incredible the kind of things that you see on Twitter. But look, Topol Onuachu. We know that he's not the most skillful, he's not the
Yeah.
fastest, he's not the most clinical, but he manages to somehow consistently do his job. And I just like to give credit where credit is due. Look, I'm not saying that he's the best striker that we have, but I'm saying that he's the striker that is getting the best numbers right now. And that for me, numbers, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. And if the numbers are in his favor, I want to give credit to him. My whole thing is, look, we know that Osimhen is our number one striker. I know that about that. For me, every Super Eagles team sheets that we see, the only thing for me, as long as Onuachu's name is there, I am fine. With the way he's playing, whether you bench him, whether you start him, whether you bring him on for 10 minutes, it's not my issue. With the way he's playing, I just think that he needs to be on every Super Eagles team sheet until he stops performing like this. And even at the AFCON, when he played okay. He scored a goal. Yes, he missed another glorious chance, but he played okay. He held up the game when he needed to hold it up. And I think there is room for one big striker. And if that one big striker for me is Paul Onuachu.
And you also found somebody too. That's some accord of scoring. So make sure you add that one to it. So, but we have to give him his flowers. It's a fantastic player. He's been to do well in the Belgium League and the Turkish League, but other leagues he has not been able to perform there. So I just hope that I think he's 30 now or 31 years of age. If there's still one big move, but I don't think he will to try something. Maybe can sure still jump onto it, but he's doing well in Turkey.
The only reason to make a move at this stage in his career is money. That's literally the only thing. Maybe somebody comes and they're offering him a lot more than what he's earning at Trabzonspor, then maybe it can be worth it for him.
Yes.
But other than that, you've built a home, you are stable, they love you, you are playing so well. In fact, they've made you captain. It's almost as if like, what more do you want? Is how Galatasaray, like, they threw everything at Osimhen. They even said, come, we'll give your daughter a stadium announcer job. Like, they did everything. So for me, it's kind of like the same way. Onuachu is a hero. They love him at Trabzonspor. So it's like, why leave? Any money that anybody is willing to pay Onuachu, I honestly would also believe that Trabzonspor will be willing to match the offer. Because it's not like anybody's going to come and say, Onuachu, come and take 400K a week or anything like that. So whatever it is that maybe a Juve wants to pay him, I think that if he tells Trabzonspor, hey, look, these guys are offering me this, I want to stay. Can you guys do something like that? I want to assume that they would be able to match it. So I see Onuachu seeing out his years there and maybe eventually going to like the Gulf, to the Middle East to go and just earn some bread, for a little bit. But for now, it's very, very stable there. And, long may it continue. Long may it continue.
I agree to long may it continue, yeah.
All right. I wanted to move on, but Adilotun said he has not been able to take his goal scoring to the national team. Systems, styles, competition, all these things affect the way players perform. At the end of the day, not everyone is able to transition into the national team the same way. And some people are not so good at club, they do well for the national team. Some people are very good at club, they don't do as well.
An example of that one you just mentioned.
It's
for club, not well for national team.
It's just the reality.
But they played him in the least important game for Super Eagles. Yes, he played third place. He found somebody, they promote him.
We're moving on.
No, I'm just trying to say that despite his goal scoring exploit, he's playing in the least important games for Nigeria.
All right,
I wish him luck.
Let's move forward. Let's talk about our own. Let's, don't focus on the Europeans, focus on the local ones. So let's talk about the local ones. Rivers United. We spoke about them last week. They had one more game to play. Now they've played the game. I don't know what I was expecting, but they went and they lost woefully again. So we like 3-0 victory to RS, 3-0 defeat against RS Berkane. Disappointedly, they've crashed out of the CAF Champions League. Take it away, man. What can you tell us? Rivers United.
You see, they have completed the job that they went there to do. So what can I say about Rivers United again? They have disgraced Nigeria. They have disgraced themselves. They have also disgraced that football club entirely. Because for me, there's no point qualifying for Champions League and going there to perform woefully that way. In the combined list of clubs that's played in this year's CAF Champions League, they had the least points out of all the clubs. So what's the point of playing this competition? The players are not good enough. The coach is not good enough. The assistant coach of the team, Iwobi,
Hmm.
I said it on my show Friday. He he went on Facebook and Instagram to go and say that we are blaming Finidi George. Even Eric Cheh, the chopper himself when he was in Chan. You are a coach with your B license. You are still talking as if you are a tout in the garage. No, I said that you are a coach, you are a big name. Please don't do this. Next thing is block me. See, the
He
issue is
blocked you.
straight away. He blocked me straight away. When I went to go and screenshot the comment and everything, he don't block me. I'll check something again, he don't block. I just see what I'm making.
On his personal Instagram?
Yes.
Interesting.
So I just say that it's so bad. Because the thing is just to mention Eric Cheh. The fact that it's so bad, That team you see here, they combine Dolphin and Sharks together to make that Rivers United team. The football domestically is on a downward trend, IoT.
Mm.
If care is not taken, there'll be nothing coming from the home front again, honestly. I don't know what the model we want to use. Maybe probably we should disband all these teams and allow academy to be playing the league. Because there's no future here, IoT. There's no future in this league.
Hmm.
Let's be honest with ourselves. This is like a poverty alleviation program.
Wow.
Like people that don't have job, they know somebody, they put them in the club, they play. How many? IoT, go and watch. If you watch the game against RS Bekin, you'll be wondering that what type of people are these people. So it is very, very sad. I just think that the NFL should come out with something drastic to change it. See, this club, man, it should go away. It should go and play. We should be playing academy as MPFA. Not these people again. There's nothing to gain here, IoT. See, there's no chance again. Then what's the point of playing? I beg. They should cancel this league.
As you said that, Smilai, I went to go and look for the post that he made, and look, the things that he's saying, are they true? Yes, you can say they are true. But as a coach actively in the competition, you're in that role, it comes across very like a defeated man. So for anybody that hasn't seen it, let me just read his post. He says, there is no champion who doesn't weary seasons through courage. It has been a challenging time for us in the Champions League group stage. People criticizing and abusing us don't know that there is no fiction in football. The experience gained this season will help everyone in the future. No Nigeria club has what it takes to compete with the best in Africa presently. We need to do more and invest more in our clubs like most of these clubs do. These same teams where they beat us collect anyhow too during Club World Cup from European teams. Level did this game. We will get there soonest with all hands now on deck. So I see that's a post that he made.
What about the Eric Cheh?
I can't see the Eric Cheh one unless he has taken that. Maybe he has taken that down or he removed
that
it.
part. Yes, even Eric Cheh, that one I agree with the first part. He said that even Eric Cheh said chop him for Chan.
Oh, is in that same post that he puts that?
Yeah.
Okay, he must have removed that part. Maybe people attacked him or something and he removed that part.
I said
and it's like,
Eric Cheh.
And for me, it's like, yes, I understand. Like, we can't compete. We don't have a good enough structure. But as a coach actively in it, to come out and say something like this is disappointing, especially when it's not like you are fighting. Like, look, talking about the African teams go to Europe in Club World Cup and they lose. Yes, look at Mamelodi Sundowns, for example. When they played in the Club World Cup, they did lose. But one thing that we saw is they showed themselves. They fought. They showed quality. Even when they were losing games, let's look at Esperance Tunis. Even in the games that they lost at the Club World Cup, you can still look at them and say, "Wow, these guys tried." They gave it all. They fought. They caused problems for teams. And Nigerian teams, Rivers United in particular, they are not causing problems for anybody. Nobody is saying you have to go there and win the CAF Champions League. We know that we're not at that level right now. But you cannot go there and get flogged in every game. And then, not even show a little bit of quality and then tell us that even other people, they chop them now. For me, that's the disappointing part. That is the mentality that sucks. Because if you are saying something like this, it means that you go into games knowing that, yeah, we're rubbish, we're not going to do anything, you're just going to play so that may not be like say we know honor the match. That's the kind of mentality it's given. And his comments for me are actually quite disappointing. I wouldn't have expected him to say something like this, even though, yes, like I said, some of the things that he's saying are true, but
True. You
it's
can't go for. I don't think coaches put through themselves on the bus like this. I told you, you're a
yeah,
professional.
yeah, it's a defeatist mentality, and I would wish that even he, despite their circumstances, can expect more, because we see it. Let's even talk about like the FA Cup, who a lot of people must have watched over this past weekend. Even though you are seeing League One teams against Premier League teams, they still go there saying, okay, let's go and do our best. Let's go and see what we can do against Premier League teams. And even though like Arsenal thrashed Wigan, Chelsea thrashed Hull City, but you do not hear their coaches going there and saying, well, it's Premier League now, we cannot compete against this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, the mentality is what is lacking here. And this kind of mentality, I'm not trying to curse him or anything like this, but this kind of mentality does not take anybody to become a champion. You can't think like this and say you're going to go somewhere and you're going to be great. This is a loser's mentality, a loser's way of thinking. And it's very unfortunate that a coach of an assistant coach of Rivers United, our current, team that was fighting for us in the CAF Champions League, is thinking like this. But another comment, this time by Finidi George, the head coach of the team, after losing to RS Berkane, he said, if we come back next season, we are going to be stronger, as it is a learning process for us.
It's a lie. It's a fat lie.
Mm.
If it didn't there, it didn't there.
Mm.
It's a lie. IoT. See, it's just like if somebody that is, I wanted to mention, the Kopama in Nigeria, say that, okay, you know what? I feel like if it's like Kopama in Nigeria, people will know the plan I'm talking about. The
Who's the
CP
Kopama for
Kopama.
Nigeria?
Yeah, the Kopama, CP Kopama in Nigeria. Okay, say, okay, you know what? I'm going to be like IoT, I'm going to play for Baka. You will look at the gap, say, this type of person, how can he, there's process to everything, even if he's talented. This strong guy is talking about, my brother, it's like you are pouring bucket of water to reservoir. You no go see am. The level is too low. The level is too low. IoT, the level is too low. See, the flog goes like small picking. The team that mattered, flog goes like small picking. Check Nigeria, check Redmond Stars against Sundance. Check Pyramid against. See, in fact, Pyramid beat us 7-1 aggregate. They flog us like a thief. They came to our house, they beat us silly. Go and check our record. RS Berkane. See, RS Berkane against Rivers. Oh my days. I don't want to go about it. It's a lie that he's talking about. If you sack him. It's a lie he's talking about. If you sack him. If you sack him.
All right. Let's move on from Rivers United. Let's talk about another Nigerian player, Smith Layi, highly rated. I mentioned Esperance Tunis. He was somebody that, of course, we also got to watch at the FIFA Club World Cup only last summer. I'm talking about Onuachu Ogbelu. Now we are hearing that Onuachu Ogbelu, I'm not sure if it's been made official yet, is moving to Al Ittihad in Libya. Smith Layi, a young player, highly, top prospects, highly touted, somebody that we're even talking about potentially breaking into the Super Eagles team. This potential move to Al Ittihad in Libya, is this a move in the right direction?
It's a movement in the wrong direction, because a player of that potential that got offers from French club and Belgian clubs trying to go back to league and go and be playing with Mabululu, because they are bringing, and they are spreading like the prodigy. I will say, like they are just spending. They are bringing Mabululu. They are bringing Lodge from Wadat Casablanca. Casablanca, sorry. They are bringing, there's one guy that they are bringing from Simba. They want to assemble Galactico in the Libyan Premier League, and go and win the Champions League, like the way Pyramid did last year. That's what they wanted to do. So they are scouting the best African talents. So that's the reason why they spotted this guy for this year. And they're going to be paying him even more than what the Belgian or the French league actually was offered. So it's not left for the players to choose, okay, you know what, is he about personal development or is it about money?
Mm.
That is when you now think deeply, okay, let me look at, am I getting old or am I still a young guy that want to be like, he plays, is the same age with Toshikunadi.
Mm.
Unadi moved to Marcel. He's moving to Libya. You can see that it's two different moves. So you have to prioritize what you want. So it depends on what you really want. But for me, if he's moving to Libya at this age, and Libya club is so unstable, their owner can just wake up one day and say he want to sell everybody. The eye they touch. Say you just want to sell everybody. Say they are going. So where will this guy move to? So for me, I just think that he's going for money. I hope that he will not regret it. He's a good player.
Mm. And I mean, yes, he is a good player, but again, we want to see our talented players take the right steps in their career. Again, money. Look, it's easy for me to say I'm not in football, but when you look at somebody and you say the person has talent, you have to consider the fact that money should not necessarily be the driving factor. For the most part, if you are good enough, you will make that money if you take steps in the right direction. And this is a guy that when I even look at his face, I know say no be face they always tell, but he even looks like he looks like an actual young boy. He does not look like somebody that is claiming 20, but you look at his face and you say, this guy, if he don't reach 26 or 27. No, like he actually looks like a young player.
It was in secondary school a few years ago.
So it's like when you look at him and you look at the talents he has, you see how he even held his own when he played at the Club World Cup against top European teams. It's like, why are you trying to make a move like this? I understand that the money might be more than what, okay, if you go to Belgium, now maybe Belgium, they say they want to pay you 5,000 a week, or 6,000, 7,000 a week. And you think, okay, I can do better than that already. But bro, progress in the right direction. From Belgium to France, from France to the top of the world. And you can even, or you should even make more money than that. Because like you said, you're going into a very unstable situation. Who knows what's going to happen? Let's say they spend a lot of money now to bring in a bunch of good players and they have a project in the next 4 or 5 years. If things don't work out within those 4 years, all of a sudden they are liquidating all the players that they bought. They are now trying to let go. Before you know it, you are going to go and play in Jordan, or you are going to go and play in one of the dark places in
even
Africa.
the lifestyle of Tripoli, of Libya, you can't even drive, enjoy your life yourself. You have to be treated in a particular area. For a small time now, it's okay, they have cancelled the league because that's what happened in Libya. They have cancelled the league. Say everybody, some people go and be playing in South Sudan, some people go and be playing in Rwanda. That's how they is so unstable there.
It's a shame. It's a shame. Like I don't think our young players should be chasing money at a young age, especially the most talented of them. Look, I've always said this. If you are somebody that does not, like, you honestly do not believe that you have what it takes to make it to the top, and somebody is throwing the a bag of money at you, you might as well take the bag and go and enjoy yourself. But if you are somebody that has the potential, somebody that actually already has done well, you've played at the youth level, you've played at the Club World Cup, everybody can see your potential. Just before the AFCON, where people like you were in the provisional list to go to the AFCON. So everything is pointing in the right direction for you. And then you want to take a move to Libya. It shocks me. Look, I'm not telling anybody how to live their life, but I can give my opinion on how you choose to live your life. And I think that this is not a move in the right direction at all, from a development standpoint of view, and also just for me as a football fan and a fan of Nigerian players. I don't think it's the right step.
Look at him writing GCSE there.
Which year was that?
That was 2022.
He was writing GCS in 2022. Yeah. So 4 years removed from being in secondary school. Man, I wish him all the best. I hope that things go well for him. I can say this: I will not be watching him in Libya. But should anything of significance happen, maybe we'll get to talk about it. But for me, you're removing yourself from the limelight. You're removing yourself from the eyes of people. maybe the only way I can watch him in is if that team qualifies for CAF Champions League, because I'm not going to go and watch the Libyan League realistically, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So unfortunate, but it is his life, you know. We will tell him what he want to do. All right,
Mm-hmm.
that's that for all that talk. Let's get into national team talk. You know, national team talk. Let's talk about the WAFCON first of all. So, of course, there were reports that Morocco were going to drop out of hosting the WAFCON. We discussed it on the show previously, but now we have official confirmation, which is kind of like in line with what I was saying last week. You know that the WAFCON is going to go on as scheduled. It's going to be hosted by Morocco, and you know, of course, the Super Falcons are going there to defend their crown and to win their 11th title. Smith Layi, your thoughts on this now that we know that everything is going to stay the same?
No, it's just I know that no matter the shakara Morocco do, they can't afford not to host it. I see. That is it. I know, say maybe probably the moment to give the Falcon players, the women player 2 meet, which I am the 1 meet because they're the best. They cannot afford to do that because if they fail to to do to host it, they will not play in the next World Cup in 2027
Yeah.
in Brazil. So they cannot afford to do that. But the type of treatment I think they will give to people, the teams traveling there, because now it's 16-team tournament.
Mm.
In fact, they can even say you go and sleep in uh what's it called? The one not the double bed, single bed. Say they should go and sleep in single bed. Say now waiting there with that because of they are still not happy because of what happened. You understand that IoT that they beat in the final twice, 2 years, AFCON final, WAFCON final. They lost the two of them, and they perceive as if it's a controversial circumstance because in the game against Nigeria, the penalty incident. Oh no, and also what happened against Senegal. For me, they're going to host it. Let's just play this thing and look for a different host for the next one that will take place in 2028. In my opinion, I wish them the very best of luck. I just hope that let's just play this one and let Morocco rest small.
What can I say? I'm happy that everything is sorted out. I'm happy that we're going to move forward as we expected to. Look, I really don't have much to say about Morocco, man. Everybody, they've opened their yansh in front of everybody. The entire world has seen the kind of people that they can be in certain circumstances. They unfortunately lost to Nigeria in the final of the last tournament. I know that they will want to come and get their revenge, but the Super Falcons are also looking to reclaim their crown, or to retain their crown rather. The likes of South Africa will be looking to reclaim the crown. And it's not going to be an easy tournament for anybody. Even some of the smaller nations will be hoping that they can make a mark in this tournament. So my one hope, my one desire, my one prayer is that everything goes smoothly. We don't have any major incidents at the tournament. We can still enjoy the fine football that we have continued to see, and we see how much the African women's game is growing. So I hope that it is a smooth tournament, nothing goes wrong, and yeah, hopefully the Super Falcons can do us proud and can win again. Yes,
Yeah.
all the best to everybody that will be taking
I
part.
want
You want
to
to
ask
say?
you a question.
Okay.
To just know how shy these Moroccans can be, in Morocco can be. If they crash in the group stage, what do you think will happen in this
They
one?
cannot they cannot crash out and shut down the tournament. Now, even if they crash out, they will still have to play host for the rest of the tournament. But also look, it's the same way I said about the Moroccan men. The same thing with the women. They are good enough to win without any shenanigans, without any games. They are good.
The women?
Even the women, they are good enough to win. Look, they were 45 minutes away from beating Nigeria. It was
Yeah.
a lapse in concentration, and Nigeria just getting that spark. Again, the players, man, the way they rallied together.
Want to go magic.
Well, Madugu Magic. The players, the way they rallied together to come back in that second half. Look, 9 times out of 10, probably Nigeria does not come back. But that's the one day that everything just happened to be that Nigeria eventually came back and Echegini got the moments that will never be forgotten. So for me, they are good enough to win. They just need to go there, lock in, play their football, learn from their mistakes. Don't get overconfident even if you are winning 2-0. Don't take your eye off the ball even if you are winning 2-0. And let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. It's not going to be easy. It's not supposed to be easy. Good things don't come easy. So they're going to have to work for it, but they can do it. No games, no need for shenanigans. Let's just enjoy football. All
So,
right.
sorry, further question, I see. Do you think that they should change the women to 4 years too?
No, no, because one, right now the women's game is not clashing with the what's it called, with the World Cup. It also does not. There's no women's club World Cup like that. They just started their own, but it's still a smaller tournament. So it's not conflicting as much with the international schedule, which CAF tells us is the major reason why they are moving the men's zone. And we're still trying to grow the women's game in Africa. You know, we're not yet at the level of the Euros or even the what's it called, CONCACAF, or even CONMEBOL. You know, we're not yet at that level in terms of just the growth of the game. So we need our 2 years WAFCON. In fact, honestly, I would take WAFCON even if it was every year, even though every year is not possible. So let's keep it the way it is. Let's keep doing our thing, and then maybe in another 20 years we can have a conversation about every 4 years. Okay. Still talking about national team, let's talk about the head coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Our very own Eric Sekou Shell. Look at this man. Oh man, he has been linked now with a top job in Europe. Of course, we are hearing that Olympic Marseille are looking at him as a potential replacement for Roberto De Zerbi, who has departed the club. However, we're also hearing that their offer is, coming with a lot of if, maybe, but, and, contingencies, things that he has to achieve, set targets, all that kind of stuff. So, like, first question is, what do you think about these links? Do you think that these are legit? Do you think that Eric Shell has actually done enough to, coach a team in the French League? What are your thoughts?
No, is those coaching the friendly gun. They don't have two heads. He showed himself during AFCON that how good he can actually be. And if you check Eric Shell, there's a progression from the last AFCON when he handled Mali and this current Super Eagles. So, in my opinion, I think that he can coach in League One. But the issue is this: is he ready? Mentally ready? In terms of talent, he can do that. But is he mentally ready? Is he going to go with those his backroom staff that are in Super Eagles? Go to Marcel, and everything. So if everything collapses in Marcel, it's back to square one. So because what they're doing in Marcel is that they're offering me 4-month contracts.
Interim
form of contract. Then if he performs well, they will now offer him a 1-year contract after this thing. So in my opinion, I think don't think he's ready. He should build himself to a level that he can do more than what is actually what he's doing. So I'm not trying to undermine him that say, okay, maybe probably he's not a good coach. He's a good coach, but mentally I don't think he's ready for the League One. Especially for a coach like myself. If it's like Lorient, all those, no, not Lorient, like this club,
Paris FC.
Paris FC, yeah. All those clubs, you can just ask him to do that. So that everybody already coached in Rennes, so everybody can fit into Olympic Marseille directly. So why can't he just get him? But my fear is that if the push comes to shovel, Eric Shell will take the job.
Do you know what license he has? His highest qualification?
I think he's a pro.
Okay, he has the UEFA Pro license. Okay, so he has the qualification to coach Marseille. But like you mentioned, it's just his resume is not solid enough yet that if things don't go well there, he can fall back on and say, you know what, I will still have a lineup.
If things don't go well, he's going to MC Oran.
But here's the thing. Look, I'm happy that we have a coach that is deemed worthy enough to coach in a top club, in a top league like that. It means that we have a good one, and we should cherish what we have. But again, when I saw the reported conditions that are being on offer for him, I don't think it is worth his while. I would advise him not to go. I know that Marseille will probably pay him 3 times what Nigeria is paying him, but again, on a 4-month basis, how much is Nigeria paying him? Is it not 10K a month that we're paying him?
We're paying 50K
a month. 50K a month.
He's going to pay his staffs there.
But he'll pay his staff everything. Maybe if you pay taxes, by the time it comes down, maybe he's saying 25, let's say.
25K. And when last is he paid?
That one is there.
No. So you have to consider that one, of course, compared to.
No, for sure. But for me, it's like, okay, let's say Marseille says we'll pay you. Let's just say Marseille says we'll pay you 1 million a year. as salary.
Mm-hmm.
That's far more than what he's getting in Nigeria. And Marseille will pay his staff separately. It's not as if he'll be sharing his salary with his staff. So let's say Marseille says we'll pay you €1 million a year. You
Mm-hmm.
take the job in 4 months, you're out of a job.
Mm-hmm.
Now what happens? You're back to square one. You're now not making
But
any income.
if they sack him, okay, 4 year, 4 month contract.
So
If they
they
sack
will do the one, well, let's say 1 million, but they will prorate it down for the 4 months that you're coaching.
him,
So they will use the equivalent. So it's a 4 months contract. So there will be no sack. So they won't have
mm-hmm.
to pay you anything. Your contract is over. You move on. We move on. So
Mm-hmm.
there will be no sack. So for me, the conditions are just not favorable enough for him. And again, they were saying that they say he has to win the Coupe de France, he has to finish third. For me, even the finishing third, I can understand him saying, okay, yeah, finish third. Show us that you are good enough to take the team forward. But also the Coupe de France, saying that he must win the Coupe de France to me is like,
and Fergie is still there.
yeah, no, I think PSG is out.
Okay.
I think PSG is out. On paper, they are probably the favorites to win the Coupe de France at the moment, to be honest. But it's still only quarterfinals. They can still lose their quarterfinal. They can lose. Anything can happen. Cup competitions, anything can happen really. So for me, I think it's a tricky one. It's very strict conditions, and I just think that he should prefer stability that is helping him already. That is growing. Look, loyalty is something that is dead in football these days. But I think this is a moment for him to actually be loyal to the NFF and to Nigeria for taking a chance on him when many wouldn't have. So I really hope that he stays. I think that it would be a wise decision for him to stay. And look, after taking Nigeria to the next AFCON, after potentially taking Nigeria to the World Cup, depending on what happens, it will be a moment for him to now say, you know what, I've done well. Now is my time to move on in my career. And at that point, everybody wouldn't be able to say he's taking the wrong step. People will look at him and will say, well done, sir. It'd be like when a small club they sell player. When the player is leaving a small club and going to a big club, no matter how much you love the player, even the fans of that club will say, you know what, he has tried for us. It's time for him to go to Real Madrid.
Nobody leaves Nigeria on a good note. These people, nobody leaves Nigeria on a good note. So it's nothing. It's just like relationship that he wants to break up. There's nothing.
Even some relationship, you go tell the babes, we're just not right for each other, and shit will
understand. You know what the baby is thinking? There's nothing. See, it's not the wound. See, I'll show you something. Eric and AyoT. Sorry, Eric and the NFF. No, this. If they separate today, na fight. Up to this moment, they fought together, draw in between. So it's this thing. So AyoT, I also agree with you that he needs to stay because he needs stability. And for me, I think he needs to bring more people to his staff. Those 4 guys are not enough to go and handle.
But if he keeps bringing more people, they will keep on asking him to pay out of his own salary.
No, but some people can be like, what's it called? All those people doing IT, they just come as a volunteer, just to have the experience. If I have a friend, does your friend get paid? So,
but he got a bronze medal.
You go and use bronze medal to go and buy something in the market. So I just think that he needs to get a much bigger staff. Then he can be ready to move on, because those staff, those 4 people see, the multitasking, because the one they give them in Nigeria, they're just carrying football around. I don't think they're really helping in terms of coaching well. So he needs to get a much bigger staff. Then you can say he's ready.
No, you're not wrong. But yes, I wish him all the best. I did not say that AyoT, you're being selfish. What did I say that is selfish there? I'm not sure.
So you said that you don't want him to go. You want him to stay with Nigeria. So which club took chance on Pasero when he left Nigeria? Wasn't Zamalek? And they sacked him after. See, forget about this thing. Every chance we learn from Pasero. He left Nigeria, he went to Zamalek. After how many months? After 7 games, they sacked Pasero. So Nigeria might have a different anointing. So Eric said, please stay.
But now Pesero is in Saudi making that Saudi money. So he's enjoying himself.
Which? Eh?
It's enjoy. It's
Eh,
in South now. Al Ula.
is it the Pro League?
No, in the second division.
He can't coach the Pro League. We should.
You know now, the plan is he will promote this Alula. They are second in the league.
They will not promote that. If
Yes.
he even promote them, they will sack him when he gets to the Pro League. So forget those things. Yeah.
He will promote Alula and he'll go. I don't have to say if Marseille sacks him, at least he will be paid off. But NFF sacks him, he will have to go to FIFA before he can be paid.
Yeah, but he will still get paid.
Hmm. Look, at the end of the day, it's only him that knows exactly how his life and his finances and everything is going. So he's the one that is in a position to make the best decision. I'm talking about it as a viewer from the outside looking in. I just think that look, this is a time to sit your butt down, focus on what is in front of you, and focus on the challenge that you have at hand, rather than chasing something that it might be removed from you in the next few months. That's what I think, but he's the only one that will know what is best for him
I
as
also
well as
think that Eric Chair type is it's more to national team coach than a
than
club coach.
the club
Club.
coach.
I think Avare Knight so tried in the French league too with Lille, but it didn't work out. Just like that, what? I think I'm just national team manager. Some coaches like to take breaks in between, so it fits those national team manager. Because if I said go and coach myself, you will pour water for your head all the time. I think he needs, he needs to take breaks in between games, so it fits. Yeah.
All right. All right. All right. All right. Let's move forward. Super Eagles are reportedly playing a friendly against Jordan, against World Cup bound Jordan in March, pending the decision that is made by FIFA regarding the whole DR Congo issue. Do you think, assuming, for Jordan, in their group, they have Algeria.
Mm-hmm.
So Nigeria is an African team that they are going to get to face preparation for another African team against at the World Cup.
Yeah.
For Nigeria, assuming we are going to the World Cup or we are playing the playoffs, then we wouldn't play this friendly. We'll be going to play against Jamaica in the USA.
Yeah. Yeah.
But assuming this friendly holds, do you think that this is a good test for the Super Eagles?
Yeah. The Super Eagle have taste. Does the NFF have taste? If we will play Russia, you see. What is the importance of playing Russia?
Money
We were
now,
meant to go and play South Africa.
Russia paid us now.
So if Jordan 2 is paying us, why would we play them? We were meant to go and play Zambia, preparing for South African game in September. We went to go and play against Russia. Those guys have to take flight from one place or the other, fly around the world for them to get to Russia because of all this ban and everything. Because now Russia now drop the biggest bemu.
Yes,
So
sir.
all those things say is it a good preparation? IoT out of the window. If Kuwait, Kurdistan call us today and they are paying big money, we play them. So it's not this thing they want to play or they want to pay us money. So if this thing don't work, we go and play them. That is it. That is it. So it's not a preparation for anything. It's just for this. That is this. Just say that. Is it a good business? It's a good business. Let's put it that way.
It's good business. Fair enough, to be fair. Look, we're assuming we're not going to the World Cup. We're not preparing for anything at the moment. So they might as well go and make money. Maybe this is when they went to go and play Unity Cup as well in 2025. This place. So whatever money you're going to get, just go and get it, And I mean, we've never played Jordan before. So it will be an interesting one to even see how we do. But just because of the debates that we're having last week, let's go and let's call England. England are playing Ghana at the World Cup. We can't we go and negotiate with England? Let England pay us. Maybe
I don't want to pay us money.
Maybe we do friendly.
I will be the one that will go subtest to want to play against England. England should be the one to call us. See,
no, because if you are the one that organizes, you are the one that pays. But even if our match agent, Hiro Patron, he can go and talk to these English guys, tell them, look, you are playing against Ghana. Nigeria and Ghana are very similar. They have players in the Premier League. Nigeria also has players in the Premier League. Organize a game in London. You get lots of support. It will be a big game. You can make money, and maybe they'll pay us 1 million and we'll be there.
So another thing is this. Senegal play against France. Why can't France want to play against Nigeria? Maybe France will not drop the money. So the weakest of them all is Jordan. I want to play against Nigeria. Let's let them play.
I heard that there's also potential that we might face Iran.
What are the people that are oh Afghanistan? These are the people that that is it now. DR Congo, they want to go and play against Bermuda. What is Bermuda? See, some of I don't know. Yeah, they want to play against Bermuda.
Mm.
But what is where is Bermuda in
Football,
the map?
football belongs to everyone. So everyone deserves a chance. In Bermuda, they play football, please. Football is a global game, belongs to everybody. So allow everybody to enjoy themselves. But
Hmm.
yes, we'll be keeping an eye on that one when it's made official, when we have a date and all of that. We'll post on our social media and you will know exactly if or when the Super Eagles will be facing um, Jordan. But of course, that Jordan game depends on one crucial decision. Peter, let's get into that. A lot of people have been chronically online over the past 24 hours, waiting to see if FIFA's what are they called disciplinary committee will make any announcement, will post any new publications. But unfortunately, there was nothing that they put out there today. I don't know. I don't know why people thought we're going to get it today. Maybe it's because they said they are going to sit and discuss the matter today. Maybe people thought it's going to be back, quick process. They discuss it, they decide, and they publish for the rest of the world. But we haven't seen it yet. Smith, like, from your own point of view, any updates? What do we know? Is it looking likely? What is the situation with this whole DR Congo ineligible players issue that we are fighting?
The 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 FIFA committee deciding the case. Their poja on Twitter and this guy called Kodiri,
That guy has been milking it. See, that's why I say, like, look, all due respect to Nigerian journalists, but again, journalism per journalism. Look, and that's why people like Suleiman, when they talk, and sometimes Suleiman can come across as arrogant or as condescending, talking about other people. But you understand why those people don't have as much respect for certain people, because that guy has been telling us a bunch of nothing over and over again, just to gather again impressions, engagement on Twitter,
engagement.
because
Yeah.
that's what pays. And that's not journalism. Journalism cannot be just cloud chasing on social media. Oh,
Mhm.
when this news breaks, it will shock the world. What about the news? Well, do you have any information for us? No. You're just trying to heighten emotions just to get engagement over and over
This night
again.
now is crying this night.
So for me, it's just like, yeah, like, why can't we just focus on the job? When something is done, put it out there. When it's
Mhm.
not done, just leave it behind. And I know somebody like that I had a relationship with before in this Nigerian football media space. One of the things that made him block me was when I told him, like, guy, wait for news to be official and then publish it without just putting information that you are not sure about over and over again because you want to be the first or you want to be the one that is getting all the attention from it. And he got upset, he blocked me. And I'm like, fine, I don't really care. But that's how it comes across. These guys just need to stay professional. When the news is official, you can publish it. Is that guy going to lie to us and pretend that he has a contact in FIFA that is feeding him information? No, now. So just
But
wait. Like the rest of us, is when they publish that you will know. So
yeah,
just wait.
wait.
Stop trying to create the impression that you have some information when you don't have. Smith, I go
You,
on. Sorry, I cut you.
no. You actually was right. Like I was saying initially that they're the one deciding. Now it's crying this thing just for engagement. Okay, talking about the engagement now. There was a popular, I don't know to call him on Twitter. He tweeted something, and that got to up to like 1 million
Mm,
views or so. Impression and everything because people ride on this DR Congo thing.
mm.
Even on YouTube, people don't have information to pass out on that DR Congo thing. But you just want to put that DR Congo this in case and everything. So it's like you just want to bounce on it and talk because people like it, people want to watch it. So in my own opinion, I think that they will do what they want to do. The person sitting, what I know is that the person sitting on the case, the woman is from Colombia.
Mm.
It was not sat on the South African Ghana. It's very professional. No be two-faced, no be two-faced woman. And when they want to do it, when they want to give the case, they give the judgment, they back it up with document because my want to go to CAS. So any party that want to go to CAS and make sure that okay, this is there directly. So it's not going to be judged on Twitter. When you say that it's going to be today, I look for where did they get the info that it's going to be today? And before you know it, people, in fact, all over even my very trusted South African Union itself jumped on it and posted and said, "Yeah, Congo, this thing." I said, "This thing you post, is it true?" I said, he saw it on one blog, saw it on one blog, and the guy is credible. He asked the guy said that he's not even sure. He saw it somewhere. Everything, just, inside thought it's this thing. So it's just like that. For me, I just think that when people want to announce something, they will announce it. If is it a case, is there anything there? Yes. If there is nothing there, they will already say that they won't waste their time. They will say that, you know what, we are not interested. If you go and check documents of South Africa, it's like we cannot admit this case. It's because there is something there. That's the reason why it's taking this long. They want to make sure that what they are putting out will set like precedent to other cases. Because AyoT, let's say the truth, there have never been any situation like this before. They have upturned results before in the past, but no result is as important as this result. They have never done that. When Nigeria against Algeria in 2017, the result was like a formality. It wasn't important. They took the 3-0 victory for Algeria. Even South Africa against Lesotho, it wasn't that important because South Africa still qualified for the World Cup.
Yeah.
So, but this one is taking the sport directly from DR Congo and handing it over to their opponents. So this, in fact, FIFA will do everything not to upturn results, except the evidence is
so
beyond reasonable doubt. So, and it's so damning that that's the reason why they're taking their time. Because if it's not, they will dismiss it very well. And they are not allowed to comment on it because people ask Amaju Pinnick for his opinion about the case. He cannot comment on the case. The case is already there. When they want to decide it, let them decide it. And when FIFA comes out to give judgment, all of us will know it's not going to be secret court. They will publish it on their website, and everybody will read through it. That is all.
Yeah. Very, very well said. So let's just stay patient, guys. When it comes out, it comes out. I know we're all eager, we're all anxious. I personally have put the World Cup behind me already. Look, if they give the spots of the playoffs to Nigeria, I'll be happy, but I've already put the World Cup behind me. In my mind, we're not going to the World Cup. So at this point, I'm very calm. I'm patient. Whenever they publish, I'll see it, I'll read it, I'll accept their decision, I'll move on with our lives. If you guys have been watching and listening to me over the past episodes, I've said it. I personally think the sport should not be taken away from DR Congo. I understand the technicalities that people think that they breach the rules, but look, I've seen many players over the years that are playing for Cameroon, playing for all these countries that are not supposed to have dual citizenship, that have had dual citizenship. I also think that FIFA is not the one that determines which country a player is, a citizen of. And for me, as long as they had the right documentation from DR Congo, it should be fine. But let's see what FIFA.
You have put the word "if" there, and I'm going to say it here. If they are able to prove their evidence of fraud, right? Because one thing that FIFA doesn't like to hear is fraud.
Yeah, that's the main thing. If there was fraud, fine, but fine. I doubt there would have been fraud. But who knows, man? Who knows? Let's see.
See, AyoT, don't say that. These people, this DR Congo. Yeah, see, the country I fear most in Africa is Gabon and DR Congo. The two of them, don't doubt them, but you have to prove your case beyond reasonable doubt. So that it's not as if FIFA will give judgment now. CAS will go and upturn it.
If Nigeria goes to CAS, I think it will be fairly silly. Whatever FIFA decides, Nigeria should just accept. But let's see what happens. Okay, that is that on that. This is now coming to the point where I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to call in and share your thoughts. I'm going to post the link now, so please make sure that you have your camera on, make sure that you're fully clothed, that we can see you properly, we can hear you properly, and we would love to hear your opinions on all the topics that we have discussed today. But before we do that, let me just inform you guys, the home of Nigerian football podcast is back this week. We are coming out with a new episode this week, and I cannot wait for you guys to watch it. The first episode of the podcast this year is going to be with former former Super Eagles player Juwon.
I just want to make it. I don't want to. It's a different thing that you're working at. It's a different thing. God factor is placed on your hard work. That is what makes things easy for you. I had an injury that kept me out. That was the bad part of my journey. I always want, if it is 3 possible outcomes, my own possible outcome is winning. What you don't see, you can't attain. But all this corruption, selfishness, all those things, come on, you are killing the football. So what is the hope of the domestic player if you cannot represent your nation?
Okay. You were a part of the last team of the Super Eagles to win the AFCON in 2013. Yeah. What do you think we need to do to win this AFCON?
I think
so. Yes, Juwon Oshaniwa, former Super Eagles. Juwon Oshaniwa, MON, former Super Eagles player, AFCON 2013 winner. We spoke about everything from his football journey. We spoke about playing against different teams at the AFCON, winning the AFCON. We spoke about the 2014 World Cup. We spoke about that big game against France where we lost. He's of the opinion that in 2026, if that game was played now, we wouldn't have lost that game because Matuidi would have been sent off, which most people can probably agree on that. We spoke about the domestic league. He's a product of the NPFL. He started in the NPFL, got his first Super Eagles Cup as an NPFL player before moving abroad. And we spoke about the domestic league. We spoke about the players in the league today, what he thinks can be done. We spoke about grassroots football. He gave a lot of interesting advice for young players. And it was just a fantastic conversation. So I'm looking forward to you guys watching that one. It's going to be out this coming weekend. So make sure that you're tuned in on Eagles Tracker, the home of Nigerian football. Make sure you're on our YouTube channel. That way you can enjoy the full interview. And then, of course, after that, we have more episodes. Sani Keita is coming. Peter Agba is coming. Rashidat Ajibade is coming. And so much. Leon Balogun is coming. And so much more. This season of the Home of Nigerian Football podcast is going to be exciting. So make sure that you are locked in for that one. But the first episode is Juwon Oshaniwa, and that is coming this upcoming weekend. I'll just play the trailer again for you guys.
I just want to make it. I don't want to. It's a different thing that you're working at. It's a different thing. God factor is placed on your hard work. That is what makes things easy for you. I had an injury that kept me out. That was the bad part of my journey. I always want, if it is 3 possible outcomes, my own possible outcome is winning. What you don't see, you can't attain. But all this corruption, selfishness, all those things, come on, you are killing the football. So what is the hope of the domestic player if you cannot represent your nation?
You were a part of the last team of the Super Eagles to win the AFCON in 2013. Yeah. What do you think we need to do to win this AFCON?
I think
so. Yes, that is coming. Exciting one, and I cannot wait for you guys to watch it. I can't wait for you guys to watch it. All right, let's move forward. Let's get callers in. If you want to join, the link has now been posted and pinned on YouTube. So this is your chance to come and share your thoughts. A lot of people that like arguing in the comments. I like fighting in the comments. I like saying all sorts of things in the comments. When it's time to call, many of them don't like to call in. I don't know why. But this is your opportunity. Speak now or forever hold your peace. First caller for the evening. Sheon, we cannot see you, Sheon. Okay, I'll remove Sheon one. Maybe he comes back. Let's take a different person. I also have Damola waiting. Damola, welcome.
Hi, AyoT and Smith. How you doing?
We're very well, thank you.
Good. The reason why I'm joining this show today is just to talk about this. First of all, this whole Nigeria and DR Congo case with FIFA.
Okay.
Smith, as you know, I'm one of those people that believe that Nigeria will qualify for this World Cup. And I believe that Nigeria will be at the World Cup. And to let you know, I already bought my ticket for the first match between Portugal and Nigeria. When we get to the World Cup, when we qualify, I will share more insight as why I believe that Nigeria will be at this World Cup. But I already have my ticket already. However, I want to say something. I am very frustrated by what is going on social media. I think, and I'm one of those people that believe that social media should be regulated. I don't care whether it is Nigeria, US, Europe, maybe the European Union, the US government, I don't know, African, maybe something has to be done when it comes to social media content in such a way that if you post something that is not official, if you post fake news, there should be a sanction. Maybe you go to jail. I know this is not even a joking matter again,
No, I know. I'm just
saying. I don't know. Smith, some of us grew up in an era where there was no social media, right? So
yes.
Back in the days, we would rely on Daily Times or Punch newspaper, right? Or Concord newspaper.
You can't even say false things on radio. You can't say that.
Some of us grew up under military era now. If you, in fact, before you even finish posting self, they don't carry you.
Yes.
So we live in a different era, and I think a time is coming where we need to regulate this thing. Throughout today, I was just checking. People were just posting. Is it because they want to get paid by YouTube? Yes. And one of these, there's a YouTuber, I won't mention his name. I thought this guy was credible. And I was so shocked that I posted it that, the case has been decided. And the funny thing is that some Nigerians are even posting that, the decision is in favor of Congo. Why are you so obsessed about decision being in favor of Congo? Some will say, favor of Nigeria. No disrespect to, you see, I respect DR Congo, they deserve to go to the World Cup. But at the same time, if there's a fraud involved, Nigeria deserves to get mercy, right? So I think people need to wait. It's like when the case is in court of law, we all know. You cannot even make comment about it. When the case is in court and you start making, comments, they can even sue you for whatever, So, but I know this is not a court issue. I mean, this is something before FIFA, and no matter the judgment, it will still be taken to the Court of Arbitration, right, of Sports, CAS. So I think people need to wait for the outcome. In fact, I'm in some WhatsApp group, right, and throughout the day they were just posting it. At a point, I got so angry. I'm like, guys, stop posting fake news. They thought I was taking things too personal, but I think we need to stop this thing of posting fake news. I think the era of critical thinking is going away. When you see a news, you should be able to tell yourself, where is this news coming from? If it is not from the official page of FIFA or the official page of NFF, why are you posting it? Why are you believing in it? So I just wanted to share my point on that. I mean, for those who are on your platform who can listen to me, I think we all need to learn that. Let us wait for official statements from the people investigating or the people who are to receive the result of the investigation. That is FIFA, right? Then the NFF or the DR Congo Football Federation. Yeah. Those are the only three sources we should rely on. Not all cloud chasing, So I think that time will come when social media will be regulated. Secondly, I want to talk about, I'll be very fast, the issue of Finidi George. I'm one of those, I'm very careful in how I criticize Finidi George, and I try to put myself in his shoes. He's still a young coach. He still has a long way to go. I grew up under the era of Amadou Shoaibu. He also struggled initially. But what he did was that he was able to coach different clubs, right? And the last one being, I think, Lobby Stars and some other clubs, back like in the 90s. So Finidi George, for me, is a coach that is learning. At least he's one of the few coaches I know, or probably the only local coach I know now that is consistent in terms of coaching a local team. Maybe in the next few years he might get things right. End of the day he won the league with Eyimba, and then I think he came second with Rivers United last season. Now, does it mean that he deserves to get the Super Eagles coach? No, but maybe in the next 5 years, 10 years, who knows? Maybe he might get the coaching job. So I think people need to stop this comparison between Finidi and Eric Chell, and this whole thing of saying that it is because of him that we did not do well in the qualifiers. Things happened. As a matter of fact, the whole thing of qualifiers, the mistake we made started with Parceiro, not Finidi. It was because of the mistake that Parceiro made that they had to remove him. Or maybe I don't know what happened. Maybe he left by himself, and then Finidi came. at that moment. So he was one of the scapegoats in the issue. So end of the day, Eric Chell is a far better coach than Finidi George. But Eric Chell too has gone through his own trials in life, right, as a coach in France. So everybody has their own ways to play. The same thing with this whole thing of Lookman versus Osimhen. Everybody has their own destiny. Everybody is great, and I think we need to stop this comparison. I believe Finidi is a good coach. He's just in the learning process in his life. And I believe that in the next few years, if there's any call for a local coach to take up the Super Eagles coach and Super Eagles club, the Super Eagles coaching job, it will be Finidi. Not Amunike, not all these people, because a lot of these people will coaching again.
All right, thank you, Adidamola. Thank you. I want to respond very quickly.
Let me respond quickly. See, Finidi George is 54 years of age now. 54, born in South, 54 years of age. Eric Chell, born somewhere, but 48 years of age. But 54 and 48, so they are different, age gaps. Eric Chell is like Utaka's, not Finidi's level, that around Utaka's, Utaka's. So, and you mentioned that I'm only sure I will see. I don't know how vast you are with Yoruba language, but they say that the high will go always dating night. They draw. They behave anyhow early. When Chuabamodu coached in the local league, we can all say he's going somewhere. See, he handled the BBC House of Boko in the 90s, in the early 90s. Then he went to go. He was the first coach in this country to go and bring 3-4-3. He traveled to Brazil. When he came back, people were saying that this is a string formation, or we don't play this. So he used that formation to win the league. You can go and ask Bolagi Douglas. He was his captain. But you can not say, see, Amadi Shuaibu used to teach CAF B and Sir Sisi Atukwefo of Ghana. They are the two lecturers for CAF. So when you mention that and you want to Shuaibu, I don't want you to add him because I've seen this Finidi George. I don't want to.
It's fine. A quick one. Yes, I understand what you're saying.
10 seconds.
10 seconds. Yes. I'm just saying that because Finidi does not have much. Yes, he might be 50 something, but as far as I know, the first big coaching job he had was with the Super Eagles. Before that, it was the assistant Super Seven, which is not really much. Before that, it was in Spain, maybe a team B of Real Madrid. That was his first big coaching job before Enyimba. So Enyimba was like his first big job, So that's why I say still, he still has a lot to learn.
All right. Thank you, Damola. Thank you. I appreciate you joining.
Thank you.
And I like your optimism. Let's see if everything goes in our favor.
Yeah, we'll see you in America. Yeah.
Damola said he has already purchased his tickets.
I
was trying to get ticket for Ghana against this thing, but I did not win the lottery, so I wasn't even able to get the ticket.
Okay, you played the lottery.
That's the only way you can get tickets now. Is a lottery system. You apply and then you hope to get in, and I didn't get in. So as it is now, if you go in the resale market, they are trying to resell the ticket for like 3, 4, 5 times the price. I'm not about to pay $1,000 to go and watch Ghana play. So right now, I don't get.
You'll be sleeping there.
But yes, I have a comment here from who's this? Lukizo11. Thank you very much for the comment. He says, "Well done, AyoT and Smith Layi. Quick question: will FIFA release decision on public on their website or directly to football associations? So how communication happens is when the disciplinary committee makes a decision, they will first of all communicate directly through their legal portal to the associations or the parties that are contesting the decision. So they will communicate to the NFF as well as to DR Congo. And then after they've communicated with those parties, they will publish on their disciplinary committee website where anybody can go and read the report and read their decision. So the FAs will know first because, of course, if you're making a decision, that's what makes sense to first tell the people that are involved in your decision. And then after informing them, they will publish it for the rest of the world. So it's a 2-step process. The time between when they tell the FA and when they publish it, I'm not sure of. But I know that they will first tell the FAs before.
I think it's the same week.
Probably the same week or thereabouts, yeah.
So, and then I also have a comment here from Charles where he says, according to Osino Konakpan, he got off the phone and Guso said it is looking good for Nigeria, but knowing how this man is, I can't say. So, Charles, I have to point out that you are not quite accurate with what you are saying here. In Osino Konakpan's post, he said he got off the phone with Guso, and Guso said, we are hopeful. We are yet to hear from FIFA. We are hopeful. So he acknowledges that they've still not heard from FIFA. However, he has hope. So he did not say it is looking good, because it is looking good kind of implies as if something is going in their favor. And again, when the disciplinary committee is deciding, they are not going to be, other people are not watching. It's not like a court process where people are in open court and people are seeing what's going on and they can kind of tell, it's looking good for this party or not for the other party. That's not how it works. So Guso would not know if it's looking good for Nigeria or not. Guso will know when a decision has been made. And right now, he said that they've not heard from FIFA. So they are still waiting. I just wanted to point that out, Charles. Your comment is not quite accurate. Okay, let me quickly take the next caller. We're going to wrap up in a couple of minutes. So everyone, please try to be as quick as possible, but I still want you to get your thoughts off. Sheon, welcome. Hello? 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 We cannot hear you. I think your connection is bad. Make sure that your camera is, your microphone is on. Adeotu, are you ready for us? Adeotu, I can't see you. Are you ready for us? Otherwise, we could just end them if nobody else is ready. Adeotu, are you ready for us? Okay. I could see Adeotu before. Now I cannot see him anymore. So I don't know. Adeotu, you might have to leave and come back. Let me try Shehu again and see if he's ready this time. Hello?
Now,
Hello?
can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go on, please, quickly.
Can you hear me? I can hear you. Can you hear me? And she's nice. Try work up for women on this 30 next week.
What? Oh, I can't
Hello?
So your connection is absolutely terrible. I'm sorry. Your connection is not working well for us today. You need to get a better network. I don't want to name any network provider, but I can guess we are using. Let me bring on Adeotu, and then I'll take Sports Grinder, and then we'll end the show for this evening. Adeotu, welcome, sir.
Hello, AyoT, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. You said you did US, but your own network today shake.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go on.
Yes, we can hear you.
Because I can't hear you guys. Let me go out. I can't hear you.
All right. No worry. Adeotu's one, I understand. He's in his 50s. So okay, let me bring those Sports Grinder.
I know Sports Grinder's age, but I will not say it in case you want to contest NFL president. So I will not blow it here. They will not pick my words. Say, now you go talk. You know I'm well.
This guy, see every. No, well, man, longest time, guys, man. Been busy since AFCON, but
thank you for joining.
But man, yeah. So the girls, I don't know. I'm not. Yeah, I watched the highlights on one other channel. Like I couldn't see real chances for the under-20 girls. It just crossed. Like I even feel the Senegalese had better chances a little bit than our girls, but we did it. We won them with set piece. I just hope those girls get better when they qualify, because like it's more likely they'll qualify. Except Malawi is better than what I think.
What is wrong with winning with set pieces?
No, there's nothing wrong with it, but you got to be scoring it frequently. But at least you want to also have threat from open play. you also want to have like when you saw Super Eagles, you loved what you saw in AFCON because we were set pieces, open play. You know, we had threats, corner kicks. You know, like we scored from every corner. The only thing we didn't score was direct free kick.
But it is top of the Premier League now with set pieces. So what?
Who?
A team is on top of the Premier League with set pieces. It's on top of the team is on top of the Premier.
Arsenal?
Yes, with set pieces and
no. This season, have they been scoring corner kick? Was it not last season they did that Wayo trick where they run from the side and choke you? Yeah. But if they can improve their passing, as you said, I've not seen the South African and Ghana girls, but if you say those ones can play very well, then we should be trying to get to that level. Yeah. You know, South Africa, they have a system. Their whole teams play one style, tip-tap football. So I hope we can get that way. Then coming to Nigeria and Congo this stage, you know, if it's not coming, like everybody is farming engagement. I woke up today to see all the Nigerian Football League pages posting something like if FIFA said that the ruling was for us. Then another guy is posting something from Congo page saying Congo is cleared. I'm like, okay, what's going on? Then I went on FIFA's website, you know, the FIFA news website itself. That's where it will come from. And as AyoT has explained, like if you follow the South African stuff, when they deducted Tobo Mokena, I know we kept saying, oh, they go rule them today before the South Africa game and the Rwanda game. We kept saying they will rule it. They didn't rule it. We're like, okay, now they're going to rule it. They didn't rule it. We kept just doing guesswork. But what these guys do is like they meet and they just release it. I don't think they have a set date like, oh, FIFA is meeting on this date. We're going to... No. I think they just meet, then send out their communique. How we all knew was because they were interviewing that South African lady and she dropped it. She was like, yes, we've heard from FIFA. So you will know when FIFA has ruled, you know, one of the parties, either Nigeria or Congo, one of them will receive that communique first before maybe FIFA posts it. Like, you're not going to hear it from side talk, like from one blogger or from Quadri that's farming engagement on X or something, you know. But I kind of agree with that guy. There should be some sort of regulation, but Nigeria, I don't really want them to regulate it. You know how our environment is. It's more political. You know, they'll be regulating their opponents rather than regulating everybody, you know. So that's why I would rather just leave it as it is. But there should be a punishment for people putting fake news out there, you know.
Sorry, small guys, you know, let me just say something. What I know is that there was a case that they had, Bilbao. Was it Atletico Bilbao? They had a case with FIFA. So, and that same time too, the Nigerian case was also there, but they ruled on the Bilbao case. Was it Bilbao? Yes. They ruled on the Bilbao case instead.
Today?
No, like a week or so ago.
Oh, okay, a week or so.
They ruled on the Bilbao case. So, I agree.
Here's even something else about their process. So they have two ways of deciding. Sometimes they use a single judge decision making, and sometimes they use their committee decision making. So when it's a fairly straightforward case, disciplinary issues, you know, financial issues, things that are clearly just go and look in the rules. Did they break
it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they just give one particular person. These are your cases to handle. So those ones, the decision might come faster. But when it's a nuanced decision that they need to make, where it can vary depending on how you look at it or who looks at it, they don't use a single judge. That's when the committee will meet and the committee will decide. So those cases, it might enter their office the same day as the easier one, but they can decide on the easier one within 1 month, and the other one will take them to because for those ones, you have to wait for everybody in the committee to come and meet to discuss. They meet fairly often, you know, and this one is going to be fairly complicated. So I'm sure this one would not be a single person that would decide. So let's just let everybody, you know,
let's just wait. See, because one thing I know that will happen is,
the truth is that because of how this case is going, when they communicate with either federation, the winning federation will let us know.
Everybody will hear it. You will hear it.
If we don't come, we'll say, even share with Nico, we have gotten a decision. And if it is DR Congo, even they self will laugh at us and say, look at Nigeria.
I'm telling you.
So we should just wait.
But I respect DR Congo on this matter. They did a lot of work and they were silent.
Yeah, no. We too. We did a lot of work. See, the thing is that, you cannot really say they were silent if you're heavy on DR Congo websites. Like if all your feed is DR Congo and you understand French, you will see they are also talking about it. They're doing a lot of work. We were big on the Nigerian, feed, trend, timeline. That's why it looks like we are more loud-mouthed in what we're doing. Trust me, both sides are you have to, this case is, you have to be giving yourself moral victory every day. You have to come out, ring the bell, back down today. FIFA go rule for us, not Nigeria no get case. Nigeria will do their own. Congo bridge the law, nothing. They're not going to walk up. It's moral victory until FIFA will decide. And one thing I know is FIFA must decide at least 2 weeks before the game in March. That one is sure because we filed petition. If we didn't file petition, then we can be like, they are relaxing. But we filed a petition. FIFA must talk before the playoff in March so that Jamaica and the other people know what their fate is.
Jamaica already asked questions too.
Yeah.
That they want to even know exactly who they're going to be playing. So because when they were analyzing, when they were analyzing their games, that we said if we beat New Caledonia, depending on potentially they are Congo, but it could also be Nigeria. That's what they said.
Wait, okay. So Jamaica asked the New Caledonia not asked. No. If you say Jamaica asked, or nothing concerns New Caledonia, which they don't want follow up.
Some people are passengers. Sorry, before you go, that's Africa case against Ghana about last World Cup when they said that they were robbed. South Africa said Ghana robbed them. That penalty in Accra.
Yeah, that the Ghanaian ref robbed them against Senegal and South Africa. Yeah.
No. Ghana and South Africa.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The one that made Ghana go to the playoff. Yeah.
To the playoff, yes. The day that they sent it to FIFA, that's the day they rejected this. They just said that it's not because they were submitting bank statements of corruption and I don't. That was what they were submitting.
No. See, but you know why they had the hope? Because something like that had happened against them. Senegal and South Africa. They forced them to replay the game. So I think because if you saw that foul, it was very clear that they wanted Ghana to proceed ahead of South Africa. So maybe South Africa was trying their luck. With FIFA, those things are who is reviewing it and everything. You have to prove that there's criminality or something. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, man. Always nice to hear from you. Thank you very much.
Nice to see you guys, man. All right, take care.
All right. Right. Okay. Let me just quickly take a comment before I bring on our final guest of the evening. I have a comment here from Adedamola. He says, I believe FIFA will announce the decision like a thief in the night. They will not tell us the exact date. So
I believe so too.
Yeah. All the one of Monday, somebody just woke up one day and just decided that he would just tell people that it's Monday that FIFA would decide, and everybody just ran with it.
It's even on Valentine's Day, and the issue is that some people are so notorious, for carrying fake news, and people believe it. My surprise is this: fake news will have 10,000 likes on Facebook, and the real one will be having 300 likes. The genuine news.
Nobody cares about the truth when the lie is sweeter. When the lie is sweeter, nobody cares about the truth. That's the reality. It's sweeter to tell people FIFA will decide on this day versus if you come and say, we don't know when FIFA will decide though. That's not exciting. But when you tell us FIFA will decide on this day, now you've made a whole nation anticipate one day. That day has come, that day has gone, nothing happened. And that same person that was telling us is Monday, they will come up with another story to explain why it did not happen on Monday, and they will give us another date.
Somebody said posted very big, almost 1 million on Twitter. Said that it's 7 p.m. today, few minutes today, and that tweet got like 640,000 views. Like he said, Twitter even went on like shutdown this evening or so. Well, there was issues of, hey. It's crazy.
Okay, let's take our final caller for the evening. Mr. Nedotun, you are going to have maybe 4 minutes. So please, hopefully your thing is working this time. Hello.
It's working well. And I heard what you and Smith Layi said. He said because I'm in my 50s. Thank you. And that all I look, I was saying football age.
I still want you to
so let me just say this. Let me first, I can simply under 20. Let me take you from the issue of social media. I think that social media should be regulated. If you put unverified information, your page should be closed for life, because that social media is what's causing problems even in Nigeria, especially among your so-called celebrities. That's on that. The issue of this, I think this is a very delicate, dicey issue. The way I've been bragging to the Congolese at my workplace, I think I've really slowed down now, because I've just wrote my mind that whatever happens, it happens. Because I don't want to put my hope out there and to come down. No, I'm just expecting, or I wish FIFA can just give their verdict as soon as possible, so everyone will know where they stand. Even if anyone's going to go to CAS, let the person do that now, so that we can have a sweet World Cup. Let me take it from the aspect of Morocco. See, it will continue to be like this if CAF keeps depending on Morocco to host competitions. I'm telling you, I said to Down Football last week that the only reason why I feel Morocco is still doing this is basically because they don't want to lose out on other competitions that they're going to host for FIFA. Because if they misbehave, if they refuse to host our WAFCON, it might dampen their chances or jeopardize their chance of hosting some FIFA Under 17 World Cup that have been given to them by FIFA. It can be taken away from them. So they know what they are doing. That's on that. And I said, you and Smith Layi, you are both selfish. You are both selfish. We all want Elisha to stay because what he's doing to have ball. But if I was his agent, I would tell the young man, go to Marcel. Like Smith Layi said, no coach, no person has coached Nigeria that left on a sweet note. It's always one issue or the other. It's NFA, or then NFF. Let the young man go and make name for himself, Marcel. If he's sacked, they will pay him off quick. But if Nigeria sacks him, you have to go to FIFA. FIFA can help him collect his money. Smith Layi can remember, they paid the Genotro in Naira. They paid him in Naira.
Yeah.
How will he do that money? So that's that on that one. Then on the issue of Onuachu Ogbelu, I think our players need to have good advisors. AyoT, and I must credit your some of your clients, especially the well-known Rashidat Ajibade. These people need to have good advisors. See, I know that boy is just too young. I was happy watching that boy during the World Cup, and I watched him for his plans in this Champions League. I wish that boy would have gone to a better league. Libya, where they have two governments, where one government can throw bomb tomorrow to the other side. Why can't these people think about their own safety first instead of money? We've seen Nigerian players going to war-torn Sudan, going to Iraq, all because of money. The person that are advising his agents that went to Libya. See, Smith, Mabulelo, since has been playing for in Libya at Etihad. The last AFCON, he was woeful. The few matches played at last AFCON, Mabulelo was woeful. That one that scored one of the best goals at the previous AFCON in Cote d'Ivoire. So, the person that advised Onuachu to move to that Etihad Libya, that person is an enemy of good football. It's an enemy of good football. That boy should have gone through to Belgium. He has the potential. He's a point of talent. He's a point of talent. And finally,
what about the boy in Turkey that went to America? He was defending. You know, be around what was he just Wobodo. Very talented player too. Yes. Very good player.
I'll tell you this now. You and I can testify that Wobodo has played his best of football in Nigerian league. I'm not watching.
No,
that guy has played his
to know maybe. Well, I know that.
I'm just saying he played his best football. He played best football for Rangers in the local league. And at the time he moved to America, I think that guy did that just to secure future for his family. Bro, you cannot compare America, US with Libya.
Okay, you can.
You cannot compare that with what his own move to that of going to Libya. With the green card,
they also secure future in Libya now in 2 ways.
Which way?
You gotta get the passport of Libya and stay in Libya.
So, I think these guys, they need good advisors. That's what I'm going to say. And please
come to AyoT, Eagle Stackers Limited, and come and be partners with
yes,
with this
and
thing.
Those people carry.
You can be watching the Libya League in the weekend too.
And the people see. I don't know who is selling it. Maybe it's Ola Lucas that is selling Igbo to Diego Simeone. That guy, the weed that guy is smoking now, I think that's a contaminated weed. He doesn't know what he's doing.
It's just being strategic to.
You just go and get this say right. But all in all, Finidi should please go and get. I just want to agree with Adedamola, the first caller, that said Finidi should be next Eagles coach. Bro, if we're sitting and drinking together, I will pour you a call for saying that. With Finidi,
round up, please.
Let me quickly wrap up. Then AyoT, always look at the comments. Then caution people that are attacking your callers. Caution people that are calling people liars. Whatever people say they have done, it's their own thing. Somebody said he has bought tickets for the match, and somebody said the guy was lying. You need to caution demonic, please.
Mr. Adedamola, I wish I could caution. Even me, I never finished cautioning the people where they insult me too. So it's not easy to manage comments on social media, but I understand you. Let's keep it respectful.
Yes.
Let's for sure.
If the guy was your friend, if Olaluka should call me Lamba, saying something like that, because we are friends. But based on your friend, please, let's be respectful. Right. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Adedamola. Nice to hear from you as always. Alrighty. And that is our final guest for the evening. It's been a fantastic show, man. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Comments, what was your favorite conversation topic for this evening? Is there anything I want us to take next week? I always ask you guys to send topic recommendations. You people don't send. When we now start the live, they will now start asking a million questions. What do you say, Smith?
FIFA verdict is the
it's the only thing that everybody wants to hear about. Don't worry.
No, it's what's going to do next week.
Okay. So we shall see, but yes, I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Please, if you are yet to hit the like button, now beg you, just like the video. Do us that favor. Hit the like button. It goes a very, very long way. If you are new here, welcome. Thank you for watching Eagles Tracker of Nigerian football.
make sure that you subscribe so that you can enjoy our wealth of content. Not only do we have this podcast every week, we have lots of amazing content on the channel already. And we have more content coming up, especially the Home of Nigerian Football podcast, where I interview all sorts of footballers, coaches, media personalities, and everything in between. Fantastic episodes that are coming up this year, so you don't want to miss it. The WAFCON is also coming up next month. We're going to be giving you guys quality content on the WAFCON. There is so much to enjoy on Eagle Striker, so I hope that you will stay as part of the family. Also, whether you're new or you're old, you should consider our channel memberships. We have memberships on the channel where you get the opportunity to enjoy exclusive perks, giveaways, enter contests, guide our content direction, and also enjoy exclusive member-only content that we post on the page. So please consider that membership. Go on our YouTube homepage, look into channel memberships, and sign up for any tier that fits your budget and also fits what you are looking for. So yes, thank you very much. It has been a pleasure. It has been a fantastic episode of the Naija FC podcast with me, AyoT, and of course my co-host is
Smith Layi.
We'll see you guys next week. Thank you.